Good morning, Sister Lily.
Good morning, Brother Chin. Okay, wait,
Good morning, Brother Ching and brothers and sisters. Sister, okay, Brother Henry, 有时间 test 吗？还是没有了？有 time to test 哦。哇，Hello, Sister Clement and Brother Henry. China or Malaysia?
Very cold out here.
In China.
Oh, China now 啊，哇，真的时间 time is there any time difference 啊？
No difference. Same time. Same time zone. Over here.
Okay.
Is it cold there?
Yes.
Very cold.
Is it cold?
Only I think 8 degrees Celsius.
哇，
Oh,
These few days temperature drop very big difference. So suddenly drop to lowest is 6. So yesterday was 6. Now higher a bit, 8, but still very cold in Shenzhen.
Okay, this time, Sister Lily start.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll start,
Brother Chin and all our sharers and listeners. Pass back to to Sister Lily.
Okay. Okay, let us start now. A warm welcome to our masters, Hualien Dharma team, and brothers and sisters around the globe. A very good morning. Let us start the session for today. Today I would like to share an expected sharing from Master Cheng Yen. Create a pure land on earth. Disciples of Tzu Chi wholeheartedly embrace the teachings of our master, upholding the spirit of the Lotus Sutra and delving into the profound wisdom of the Sutra of Infinite Meanings. Walking the Bodhisattva path in the communities. Strive to purify human minds by giving selflessly with no expectation in return. To cultivate a pure and untainted land on earth, with minds that embraces the vast emptiness and heart boundless as myriad worlds. We genuinely open ourselves to embrace all beings in this world. In the Sutra adaptation, we sincerely practice abstinence and adopt vegetarianism. Release and protect life to realize the value of lives. Guide the Master's teaching. Now let us send our sincere prayers into the 10 directions. May the Saha land be free from disaster and peace prevails in the world. Let us sing the prayer song with sincere piousness.
In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. All my heart is filled with sincere prayer. From all corners of the world, let us join our hearts and pray for a world of harmony and peace. In my heart, I feel deep gratefulness. May all the Buddhas hear my prayer. All united with one heart, let us end our hate
May all minds be purified. May there be peace in the community. May there be no disaster in this world. Let us together pray for universal love and blessing. With loving respect, gratitude, and confidence, let us wish every person in our lives a healthy body and enlightened mind, and a total fulfillment in universal love. Now let us expand this consciousness to include every person in the world, every being in the universe. Let our unified love make this wonderful world even better. Let us all immerse ourselves in the joyful embrace of universal love. Before we hear the wonderful sharing, let us invite our masters to lead us in paying homage to the triple gems. Let us pay our respects for these teachings and explanations to the Buddha and Master Cheng Yen by making 3 sincere bows. Please rise, stand together. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. And a bow to our beloved Abba Masters who could join us today. Yeah, today we have Brother Henry and Sister Clement who will be sharing the journey in Shenzhen, and followed by Sister Ai-Chu Wu who will be sharing on the introduction to physical first aid note. And lastly, we have Sister Huey and Sister Yuan from Singapore will be sharing on my Vego story. Now, let us invite Sister Su Ching for the weekly summary. Sister Su Ching, over to you. Ka'an.
Sister Lily. We had a couple of speakers last week. The first one is Brother Ching. Okay, Brother Ching spoke about chapter 14 from the Lotus Sutra. In Lotus Sutra's 14th chapter, Serene, Buddha's wisdom and peace are keen. Amid life storms, Bodhisattvas aspire to maintain calm and never let anger transpire. Buddha's words is a peaceful guide amid life's storms are wisdom to abide. Be calm amidst adversity's tide, never sway nor take the hostile side. Reciting the sutra is just the start, as true practice resides in the heart. In challenges faced in the darkest hour, inner peace wields its profound power. Spread virtues wide, in peaceful grace, Lotus Sutra's essence is present in every space. Chapter 14 is a soothing balm that urges peace in a tranquil calm. Then we had Brother Benjamin, Brother Lau as well. Brother Lau spoke first about sending computers to the underprivileged. Brother Lau said, computers of all kinds, from basic to the rarest, seem desktops and laptops and keyboards and motherboards and screens. Lab set up in a refugee school, a deed to fulfill, and in a government school, one lab set is as a goodwill. CMB Bank benevolently donated their computers old. Tzu Chi aided in the refurbishment, a project determined and bold. Later, some other computers to K1K recipients a thoughtful send. Computers, once a luxury, is now a necessary trend. Send this to you. Tech-savvy souls, lend your guiding hand for knowledge sharing in this tech wonderful land. Computers are now pivotal, not just a show. Brother Lau's tale, how tech empowerment grows. Then we have Brother Benjamin. In Taiwan, Brother Benjamin sought to inspire. To gather more volunteers was his heart's desire. He pondered how to engage refugees' minds. Creating chances to uplift was what he sought to find. On recycling days with Tzu Chi's aid, students joined in droves and teachers were unafraid. Post-debrief, Ching's aphorisms, wisdoms were shared. One child's donation inspired his friends too, showing that they cared. Brother Benjamin and team pondered on more deeds to undertake. Reading aphorisms, rubbish to pick up, more deeds to make. As the kids walked and picked up rubbish along their way, Brother Benjamin vows to inspire children a bit at a time each and every day. And when we had Sister Rachel from Taiwan, who spoke about sutra adaptation and youth power with her friend Brother Jonas. In 2022, Sister Rachel's journey did start. She joined Tzu Chi Environmental Love in her heart. Though a past love led her in, she stayed true. Even with the ex-boyfriend gone, it's Tzu Chi's work she knew. Brother Jonas, once a Tzu Chi commissioner's child, left for studies, ambitions running wild. A performance beckoned about Buddha's life and more. The wish is to invite others, yet fear of rejection loomed at its core. Despite fear, Rachel braved her ego stride. She invited friends, hearts, and minds untied. Bone marrow donation is a selfless part. It moved Jonas with echoes in his heart. Jonas' grandmother, as a silent mentor, left an impression, the ability to save future lives with the last contribution. Sharing good, 35 friends they did invite to this fund. One gives rise to infinity, infinity arises from one. With courage renewed, Rachel and Jonas invited many friends. With social bonding, memories were forged and deepened. Post-event was a lunch, and feedbacks from friends were so touching. Hearts were enriched and inspired in the spirit of volunteering. Even with exam fatigue, encouragement was lent. Participating as a youth in Tzu Chi was with joyful content. Food connects many as the Dharma wheel turns. Hanging out with senior volunteers result in much to experience, much to learn. It is a blessing to invite more bodhisattvas to the fold. Invite with courage and sincerity, be confident and bold. May more join hearts pure and bright to Tzu Chi's embrace, a beacon of light. Okay, Clement for listening. I'll hand over now to Brother Ching to invite the next speaker. Over to you, Brother Ching.
Thank you, Sister Su Ching. All right, so this morning, welcome to this morning Saturday session. We have three sessions actually. So the first session is going to be shared by Sister Clement and Brother Henry. Now, the couple, the Malaysians, are now based in Shenzhen and Vego because I'm working there. So they are both a couple in cultivation. And Sister Clement is a commissioner, while home brother is under training. Originally, I understand you were from North 1 section, and I'm not sure we met before, but I'm also in the North 1. But during the pandemic, I suppose because there were not many gatherings and they just restarted again. So you're going to share with us the journey that you have in Shenzhen, and we're looking forward to listen from you. All yours, Mr. Clement.
Okay. Let me share. Okay. So can you see the slide?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. All right. Okay, good morning, brother and sisters. Okay, today me and my home brother would like to share with you our journey in Shenzhen, right? This journey is also very special, and because of the pandemic, we managed to meet Tzu Chi in Shenzhen. Otherwise, we have been staying here for about 20 years. We're working here for about 20 years. We never met Tzu Chi before. But thanks to this pandemic also bring us to this yin yuan. Okay. So today I'd just like to share with you some our experience, here in Shenzhen. So as you know, Shenzhen is a modern, fast-paced, developed city. So you can see when you reach, right, this was taken a few days ago when I landed in Shenzhen. So it's very crowded with buildings and with a high rise, So it's a very fast-paced and it's a working kind of environment. Everybody is busy looking for money. Okay. So this is the train station, during peak hours, you can actually see this scene where everybody rushing to work. It's full of this about the 30s and 20 to 40s generation. Everybody rushing to go to their workplace. So this is on the right here. This was taken by me when if so happens that the timing when we want to go for any activity is coincidence we met the peak hours, so you will be squeezed in the train, like a last time we said like a sardine can. So but Shenzhen, as I'm not sure how many of you haven't come here for some time, is unlike previous 10, 20 years ago. Now the city becomes very clean. You can see the streets, hardly see any rubbish. Okay, so and even in the park also is very beautiful. It's maintained very well. And even if you want to go to the mountain hiking, the staircase also, there will be someone who will clean every day. So it's a very clean city, I would say, right? So this we can't. These are mainly contributed by this. Shenzhen has a large crowd of this environmental called workers, where they are in charge to maintain the cleanliness and also to maintain the gardens of Shenzhen. So, and this also is the largest group of low income, where their monthly income is around 3,500 to around 5,000 plus renminbi. For us, probably is about this amount is about 2,000 ringgit. Seems a bit high already, but for them is very considered is the lowest, and they have to work mostly about every day. Every day no leave, and because they want to earn as much as they can, so they will not have leave and to try to earn overtime, so to enough to support the family, because renting in Shenzhen is very expensive. The room here easily costs minimum 1,000 plus renminbi. So 3,000 plus, then you have to eat, transport, everything. So if one family is really very little. So Su Ching Shenzhen has a collaboration with the local government to choose from this low income group and assist those who is in needed. Normally those are families with critical illness and maybe some problem with the family. But every year we will have a large scale of winter distribution. We call Dongling Fa Fang. So right now it's already continuously, Su Ching is doing it for 8 years already. So today, because other than this charity, right, actually Su Ching also have other recycle education, etc. But today I'm just going to focus on this charity part. Okay. So these are the scene behind the modern city. So you can see, we have to walk along the path, and these basically are the place where they stay, these workers. So this one room can easily, normally because of the high rental, they have to share among themselves, like 5 family members sharing in one apartment. But this one is only like one room. Yep. So basically each family, they will have one double decker. So all their belongings, this is all considered one family already. So all the belongings they have to put on the upper deck, and then they either 1 or 2 person per family will stay at the down deck, right? Okay, so this is a condition where we can see from the kitchens, families sharing. So they have their own stove, and this one is most memorable one for me is they can only, because the food price, the cost of living is quite high, so they try to save their cost of living and only manage to go late to the market, right? To grab whatever leftover veggies, and for them, meat is very expensive to buy, so they only buy those fat part of the pork, because to maintain the fat and heat for their body. So this is the situation we saw during our last visit. So we must be very, I mean, as a Malaysian, I feel we are very, very lucky that we can, we can eat, we can, spend, eat, and have a good shelter. But see, these people, they have to share in places like that. Okay. So if you have come to Shenzhen before, right, there's a place called Dongmen. Dongmen. It's a very, very popular shopping areas where tourists would like to come for shoppings. So also beside this Dongmen, right, you can see streets people. I can say it's not so many already nowadays, but then you still can see . This was one of the them that we saw, and actually Chu Ching, every Thursday they have a one food distribution to this street friends we call 街友. So this case was a bit special. This guy is quite young, right? But then because he has a hereditary illness from his family, so he tried to treat at hospital, but is no improvement. So, but he don't have, cannot afford to further on the treatment. So that's why he chose to run away from the hospital, and just live at the streets. So each street, 街友 has their own story, So today I'm not going to go depth into that but just share with you. So you can see in behind what is behind the modern city, you can see the other side. Okay, so even though these people, when this was the preliminary visit we normally do before we conduct the large distribution, we will go and verify. We will select a few families to verify their information to ensure what is provided is correct . So you can see the face of gratitude from them. They are very happy because still got someone who care about them. So even with a small souvenir when we meet them, they are very welcome us, and even offer us drinks, but the place is very, very limited. You hardly have place to maybe you have to sit on their bed to conduct the interview. And even like this house shared by the five families, so they don't have a place to take their lunch. Every time during lunch or dinner time, they have to take the stool and put outside the house and eat there. So because it's very limited place, right? This one was the photos taken during our large distribution. So we invited outside volunteers as well to join, as you can see, wearing the vest, Su Ching vest. So these volunteers are also very, some of them actually follow us for many years already. So they also pay a mutual respects to these workers, and then bow 90 degrees. As we said, everybody, every human has a Buddha's nature. So we can actually learn from each other also, right? Okay, so this one is a quite special case also. This is also one of the environmental worker who is a driver of the truck, the rubbish disposal truck. So he has this kidney failure and have to do dialysis every day at home. So we visited him, he shared with us the this his condition, and then we also try to help him and what he hope is very simple. We just hope that he can live longer than his parents. So even though he has this health problem, but still very determined to continue his life. There's no choice. Life must goes on and never give up. So for them, this is what we see lah. So this was after the distribution. Basically, every year we will distribute around 6,000 families within like 1 month. So we need a lot of volunteers to help to achieve this. So this was two sites that we taken the picture. Basically, this year we have 22 sites. So in the Su Ching, we are always one family. One person can walk fast, but as we said, a group of people can walk further, right? So this is, I think, taken in 2021, and this is a recent one, right? So we grow together, and Su Ching actually is a good platform for family members to walk along the same path and practicing together. And we feel very grateful that we have this opportunity to practice together. So I suggest if your family members is still not a Su Ching volunteer, try to take every opportunity to to invite your brother or sister, home brother or sister, to come and join, right? It actually helps us a lot, and especially we learn more to tolerate with each other, and less arguments. Right. So like Sharon always encouraged us to be diligent and do deeds every day, like the bamboo bank. So as and when you have used to do you help people, so naturally when there's a need in your neighborhood, you will have this courage to go and help others. So this photo was taken during the pandemic in a lockdown in Shenzhen. That was quite strict, where we can't go anywhere except in our room or the upper parts, and we can't exit from our own block. So every day we have to do a swab test. So because there are about few thousands of people staying in our community, so lack of volunteer. So we offer ourselves to become to help the frontliner to do the swab. So these are our neighbors who also join the team. Right. So lastly, I just want to share Ching's aphorism with all of you. Every achievement grows out of the seed of determination. Right. Okay, so I pass it to my home brother to share his part. All right, thank you, Clement.
Hi, a very good morning to brother and sister. It's my turn. Actually, I'm still new in Su Ching. It's about less than 2 years. So it's my sister who brought me and guide me to participate in Su Ching activity. Like what sister Clement mentioned just now, there's a group of people in Shenzhen who working almost every day no stop, or so-called 365 days a year. Their work is to maintain the city environment clean. They clean up all the garbage along the road. They also work as a gardener, beautifying the trees. So when winter season approaches each year, Siji will provide care to them by providing the essential living items, or so-called the necessity. So the event we call it is Dongling Fa Fang. Like what just our sister Clement also mentioned. The theme for this year is 真爱还未有您真好, carry the worker, truly good to have you. So from this picture, you can see the items that we distributed to them is like examples, noodles, herbal tea, whole grain powders, etc. In the middle, you can see the worker is reading the letter. The letter actually is wrote by our Sangren. And the event is organized at the park, the square. Due to limited space in some location, so we will prepare the items in advance in the warehouse first. Using a method called 蚂蚁雄兵 or an army approach. Each person take care of one items, take and then put inside the package, the container. Of course, with the help of a brother who lent us the warehouse. So after that, we will use the truck to deliver the items to the destination. These are the picture on the actual event. The worker was sent by their own company, and you can see they line up neatly. And from the picture, you can also see they are very happy after receiving the items. They feel very happy. And on the left bottom is my sister. She's coaching them to fill out the form. Okay. Actually, I prepared a short video clip for two destinations. Let me play the video. I'm not sure whether you can.
We can't hear. We can't hear. I think we need to share sound when you share the video.
Share the which button?
Yeah, when you share the video, at the bottom there's you reshare again. At the very bottom of the screen, there is a share sound. You unshare first, and then you share again.
Okay.
Stop sharing.
Brother, you got to stop sharing first.
I stopped
then
sharing already.
Stop sharing, and at the bottom, you got to get out from Then when you see the share screen at the bottom, right? And then there is at the bottom you see share sound. You click share
Left-hand
screen.
bottom.
You
Left-hand
see share
bottom.
screen. Got to click that.
Share
And you can
sound.
start. Yeah.
Here.
Oh.
Okay. Let me try one more time.
Yeah. 有要共享。
应该可以。
Okay. Inside them.
Sorry.
宁静的天空，蝉叫的嗡嗡，有很多萤火虫穿梭在垃圾丛。地球闭着眼睛，不敢太吃惊，
下帮我按个手印好不好？这里，对对，好，谢谢，好，感恩这边。27号，27号，黄传勇，3534是吗？好，
哎，熊大哥，谢谢好，辛苦你啊。来，大哥，王大哥，辛苦你哦，谢谢，去前面来。
好，感恩哦，好，辛苦你了，感恩，好，再等你哈，感恩，好，好，这个记得要吃哦，这父母同学都很好哈，感恩，是吗？好，感恩。
你好，下午好，大姐，谢谢您，感恩您，梁红梅哈，大姐身体健康哈，这边请，你好，你好，感恩您，徐凤英哈，身体健康。一起来亲一亲，一起学习做环保，清扫是我们的
Okay. This was the just now in organized in Sa Ching Way, the town where we live. This is another one. Let me also play.
然后志工协调处建群，然后宋县长志工协调哈，所以呢，我先经过了。
其实因为我们在做这个珍爱防卫的一个发放活动，其实今年是第9年嘛哈。第9年，其实我们跟各个街道啊、各个公司其实已经打交道，就第9年，所以大家就很熟悉了。哦，那很熟悉的情况下，其实很多的人都是已经长期都有联系方式，就有微信啊、电话呀、长期都有联系方式，所以我们在沟通的过程中呢，就会很顺畅。啊，那像我们每一次在这个发放的前一天，都会再一次跟对方确认，就是这个发放的场地啊有没有沟通到位啊，包括这个防卫公司啊，就会再次提醒他们明天什么时间段哪一些公司要来领取物资，所以这样子的话，防卫公司的配合也是相当的好。
罗月华，哦，在那里的是吗？哦，好的。大姐送个福，身体健康，幸福快乐。谢谢。
辛苦啦，辛苦啦，辛苦啦！好，慢慢走啊。好。今天呢，在这个地方呢，我们进行的这个发放呢，其实呢，内心非常的感动，因为当你握到他们的手，看到他们的笑容的时候，你会觉得这一切都是非常值得。从他们的手上呢，摸到他们的手的时候，有感受到他们对于工作的那一份的真诚。啊，有的人的手是非常的粗糙的，但是呢，我们都知道，每一个人都有他背后的这个辛酸啊，以及他所想要的。但是呢，他们愿意为这个城市呢，为他们自己呢，然后呢，默默的奉献。我们今天能够给到他们，仅仅是一个很微薄的东西，可是，在他们的内心深处呢，他们始终会认为说，除了他们的公司之外呢，还有一群人呢，也是很欢喜。
Finish. Okay. Bloody Yongsan spoke very well. He said, beside their own company, there are others who also care deeply about them, bringing warmth to them during the winter times. There's also Su Ching. So I know there's other NGO lah, but so far I only heard only Su Ching doing this every year. Like what sister mentioned, this is the continuous, I think, 9 years no stop. Shenzhen is a very big city. It's about 2,000 square kilometer, roughly the size of Malacca state, and we distributed. Okay, it divided into 10 districts, and our event cover almost all the districts, even from east to west and also from south to north. So we want to make sure that all who really need it also receive the items. So this is a summary list of that event. Total, we organized almost 22 sessions with more than 1,000 volunteers, which include 志工 and also 大德. And we distributed almost more than 6,000 packages. Beside the items, we also provided them with 200 cash card for them to buy grocery from the supermarket. Of course, we also remind them no wine, no cigarette, to ensure their health. Okay. Apart from this, Su Ching also organized a blood donation campaign or event. It was held in collaboration with the Shenzhen Red Cross Society and also the local hospital. We use the mobile vehicle and also the office blood donation station. You can see from the picture, it's just next to the MRT station. This is a office location. And on the right side, you can see the mobile bus. So you can see the in Chinese word, 捐血车. Okay, how we do it? We hang up the banner, hold the brother and sister hold the signboard, and also go and approach people to come. We encourage people to come to donate blood. So some even came with the family. They bring it up. They also bring the kid to give them to show them the good examples. So when they grow up, they also can help people. So this was taken during a Shenzhen. We also invite a local government officer. On the left side, you can see this person. Actually, this person is really important people who help us to get all the permission, also do the arrangement for us. And besides, I also invited my friend come to help us as well. He's very good in photography. All of us are from Malaysia. Okay. This sister also told me that some people may not like taking photo. So in order to get permission, you got to interview them. So I during the times I try to approach them, communicate with them, ask about their background, ask why and how they feel about blood donation. So and then ask if they willing to be photographed. So finally, let me take the photo. So this is the photo I take on the left. And on the spot, we even print out and give them the picture instantly by using the portable printer. So these are all the lovely people, real heroes. Among them are also a construction worker who are still in duty. And the one that I mentioned, the leader at the second photo up, upper one, the officer also participated. So sometimes I feel it is true. The good heart will reflect on people's appearance. People with kind heart have a beautiful smiles. You see, all these are beautiful faces. So lastly, I want to share the 金十一. The key to doing good is not the amount done, but doing whatever should be done. 做就对了. Correct. Focusing on doing things is usually the right choice, regardless of the task size. the key is just to concentrate and contribute. Second is the more you do,
Brother,
the
how long
more.
more do you have? Brother, how long more do you have in your slides?
Oh, last slide.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the more you do, the more you gain. No? 多做多得. Really, when helping people get close with them, I can understand their difficulty, and in some time, it can remind me that we are so fortunate. So do not need to worry about food and income. So and have opportunity to learn and connect with teaching of Buddhism. Okay, that's all I want to share. Thank you, Kanan.
And then Brother Henry, sorry for interruption just now. The next, so Brooke, Sister Clement and Brother Henry, obviously you can see that. Thank you for the heartfelt sharing, and I'm just amazed that there's still this urban poor in a city like Shenzhen, something that I never thought it will still happen. But then again, I haven't been back to Shenzhen for maybe 7 years now. So brothers and sisters, thank you so much. All right, the next sharer, we have Sister Ai-Chu from the US. She's a seasoned commissioner, of course, and she's been sharing with us very often. It really needs no introduction. When I look at Sister Ai-Chu, I see Su Ching US now. So you got a very interesting topic she's sharing with us today on the PFA. And just in case you may not be aware, she actually requested us to download the PFA of Psychological First Aid, and I just had a browse through it. A very interesting app, I must say. A lot of content, useful content in there. Okay, without further ado, Sister Ai-Chu, all yours.
Thank you, brother. This is one tool I learned at the Tzu Chi USA Community Chaplaincy Program. It was the whole year. No, we had it last year, and this year we had the part 2, which is chaplain for the dying people or their family. Okay, so this is some tool that I want to share because I admire what Sister Clement and the Brother Henry did, and if you can check this one out, you may be able to do even more. Here, as masters inspired us that we want to be bodhisattvas. We want to walk the bodhisattva path because bodhisattvas are able to accommodate sentient beings. They help us to feel safe, stable, and joyful. Also, they help and protect those people by giving them something to rely on. And I like to share one of my favorite songs here. How many of you have heard the song? Okay. How come I couldn't? Okay. This is Holding Hand by Li Ziheng. This is the English translation. Because I love the things you love, I dream the things you dream. So I suffer all your sorrows and enjoy what you esteem, etc. I will put this in the chat when I show you the Chinese version. The reason I like this song is as bodhisattvas, we are actually holding those people who are suffering, holding their hands and helping them to stand up. Let's listen to the song. If you know the Mandarin, you're welcome to sing along. Okay, page down. It's about 5 minutes. Okay. And when we sing this song, we can appreciate as a bodhisattva what we can do and what those people we help feel.
所以悲伤着你的悲伤，幸福着你的幸福，因为路过你的路，因为苦过你的苦，所以快乐着你的快乐，追逐着你。
what you're facing at.
因为誓言不敢听，因为承诺不甘心，所以放心着你的沉默，去说服明天的明日。
And I want to persuade your fortune.
没有风雨躲得过，
We cannot escape the storm.
没有坎坷不必走，
Cannot
所
prevent.
以安心地牵你的手，
So I'm
不
very
去
calmly
想该
holding your hand
该回头。
and never look back.
也许
Thank you.
牵了手的
We
手，
hold our together.
前生不一定
And then
好走。
the road is not easy to walk,
也许有
but your company on the road,
今生
we will be busier
还要更
in this life.
所以牵了手
By
的手，
holding hands,
来
we
生
will work together in our next
还一
life.
起走。所以有
So with the company on the road,
没有
we don't need to look back
岁月可
at the
回
day.
头。
So to save the time, I'm just going to, I'm going to move on to the next slide. How do I? Okay. Okay, page down. Okay.
America. I'm speaking with you from Ethiopia, which hosts 374,000 refugees. Ethiopia.
Sorry, sorry for the technical glitch. Can you see? No.
Yes, we can see.
Okay. I want to start on this one. And let me close the other. Okay. Slideshow. Anyway, so today I want to share with you the psychological first aid. Before I took the community chaplaincy program, I actually spent my own money and take a class at Johns Hopkins for psychological first aid. Turn slide. Okay. And the essence of the psychological covers 8 points. The first is, see, when we go out to help people, no matter in a hospital, in any community setting, we want to establish a warm contact and engagement. How do we do that? And then we want to feel, both our clients, for ourselves, we want to feel safe and comfortable. We want to stabilize the setting, the environment, the atmosphere. Then we start collecting the information we need to find out what they need in order to help them the best. With the understanding of their needs, we can go to step 5 to provide them with the practical assistance. And also, if Tzu Chi cannot help them, with what they need, then we want to make connections with all the other community social supports. If we have that information, we can connect them with the other organizations. We can also collect some information on coping with the disasters that they are facing with. And then we help them establish the linkage with all the other collaborative organizations. So here, I wonder how many of you have tried to download. This is actually very easy. You just go to you just go to your cell phone and just go to the application and download PFA Mobile, and you will get this. And once you start the cell phone, they have both the iPhone version and the Android version, so you can download any version that fits you. And this is the first screen you see once you start it. Introduction about the PFA and all the things. So if you click and learn about PFA, what comments? Oh, okay. Then it gives you these three options. You can take an overview and follow the guidelines, and then how to do PFA in practice. So if you click the overview of PFA, it will cover all these points. That's why I don't need to go into the details for you. I would suggest if you are dealing with clients' help, any community volunteering, this is a very useful tool. It helps me a lot doing Tzu Chi work. I feel I'm more effective and more efficient with these tools. That's why I want to bring to your attention. So my purpose today is to make sure you understand why, where, when, and actually the PFA Mobile will help us understand why and where, when, and how we can use the PFA. And also, how do we establish or respond to contact in a very non-intrusive, compassionate, and helpful way? How do we offer practical help in addressing their immediate needs and concerns? Also, we share with them tools for reflective practice in various scenarios. And when we are doing this, we like to remember the Dharma. Remember, Master always say, 法入心, 法入行, means the Dharma has to be in our heart and the Dharma has to be in our practices. So the basic Dharmas we use or we try to remember and apply are the basic Four Noble Truths: the truth of suffering, causation of suffering, how to see them, and the cessation of suffering, and the path to the cessation of suffering. And the second important Dharma we want to remember, keep on our mind and your action, is the Four Great Vows. We're trying to help the living beings, right? Living beings are incalculable. We vow to deliver them all. Everyone is facing lots of afflictions. Well, afflictions are infinite. We vow to eliminate them all. The Dharma doors are innumerable. We vow to learn them all with Xun Fa Xiang, Sutra study, and like what we're doing here. And Buddhahood is supreme. We vow to attain it. The third Dharma theme we want to apply is from the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, Wu Liang Yi Jing. We want to be bodhisattvas, right? And they are the safe, stable, and joyful refuge for all living beings. They are the source of relief, protection, and great support for all living beings. That's what we like to reach when we go to the community to help people. 是诸众生安稳乐处，救处护处，大义之处. So how do we do it? I really like Brother Zhou Huang shared with our class one day. He said, whenever we do things, there are 10 strengths we like to build. We need to know the place and the time. We know the skillful means to do it, and we need to know our capacities, and we need to know the past karma of the clients. So he was talking about teaching students or teaching a class, but this could be applied to any situation, to our clients. Know the teachings. So what kind of things do we want to convey, deliver to our clients? Know the students. So here are the people who are suffering or the survivors. Know the world. That's their environment and our environments. Know their needs and know their issues. So that's what PFA helps us. The introduction to PFA provides some very practical tools for us to do this. And of course, the number one thing is we need to communicate compassionately. With compassionate communication, people will be willing to listen to you. So we need to be present for them and build trust. We need to pay attention to our body language and emotional tone. We want to make sure they are inviting, warm. Also, we want to follow their lead with an open heart. Don't force them into any questions or corners. Just let them lead. And the important issues will emerge. Always ask open-ended questions. How are you doing? Never just ask yes or no questions. Those are close-ended questions. We want to keep our mind open. And we want to have the right tone of genuine care, delivering loving speech. How do we calm and stabilize our client? There are 3 steps: assess, support, and refer. We assess whether physically they are safe. Because if physically they are not safe, they are not willing. I mean, they are in no situation to tell you, right? So first they have to feel safe physically and whether they are ready to talk to you. So assess those first, making sure and helping them reach those stage before you move on to the next step to support them. Understand their situation and give them information that would be helpful and normalize them and validate their feelings. Once those are done, then if our assistance is not enough or our ability, our training is not enough, we go to the next step, refer. We refer them to another more experienced chaplain with more skills and tools. Or if they really need professional help, we refer them to health professionals. Because when I was doing the top fire long-term recovery, I was the chair for the emotional, spiritual, and physical care committee. And we work very close. Yeah, in our committee, there are many professional psychologists. So we can refer those clients to them if they need their special help. Okay, in the end, I just want to highlight the do's and don'ts of psychological first aid. What should we do when we provide the first aid, and what shouldn't we do? The do's, observe first, okay? Ask simple and respectful questions. Speak calmly and slowly without jargon. Actually, this jargon may be a jargon. Jargon means very difficult and technical words. Use simple language so everyone understands. Be patient, responsive, and sensitive. Make sure they are comfortable. And acknowledge the survivor's strength and acknowledge their willingness to talk to us, to seek for our help. What are the don'ts? Don't make assumptions about their experiences. Oh, you must have da-da-da. We don't know. We ask them if they're willing to share. And don't assume everyone will be traumatized. Some of them may not completely be traumatized. So let them tell us, assess accurately. And don't label reactions as symptoms or as, oh, I'm doing diagnosis for you. Okay, treat them as, yeah. That's talking down or patronize them. And don't approach too closely. Hugging, before we hug them or touch them, make sure they feel comfortable. Make sure they feel safe. They're in a safe distance first. For example, if we make prolonged eye contact, they may feel threatened or stressed. So just look at them with a warm look, and you can look away. Let them feel comfortable. And if you can say, may I hug you? Or may I ask before you touch them or giving them any hug? Because some people may be very sensitive to those touches. So those are what I prepared for you. 感恩 Bodhisattvas. Do you have any questions I can answer for you right now? Or
Kanan, Sister Ai-Chu, your sharing had been precisely until 7:30. I mean, so much. I find, I mean, when I downloaded that, I must say, I find it fascinating. I never knew that resources like this can be made so easily accessible. And certainly, I wish I would have this tool with me, and I've done some of the home visits, and Kanan for sharing this. I'm just wondering, based
so
on your
for brothers
experience.
and sisters who did not get a chance, you can just go to your computer or just PFA mobile, you can download, and these are the screens. Can you see my screen here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you could just stop
Yeah,
the
I'll
slide
stop
sharing. Yeah. Okay. So I wish I had a bit more time, Sister Ai-Chu. Maybe you can come back another session. I think you can share with us your. I mean, obviously you give us an introduction today. I would like to, maybe in a part 2 of it, to share with us your practical experience in
Actually,
using
I
this.
can share. If you give me 2 minutes, I can share very quickly. I mean, I learned a lot. Like I was going to my auto mechanic and we just chat, and he said his father is at hospice, dying in a foreign country. So I said, oh, I'm in the chaplaincy program, learning how to comfort those people. But I will be able to help you more. But right now, I know 4 things you must say to dying people. Make sure, otherwise you may not have time. First, you want to tell them, I thank you for da, da, da. So make sure you have told your father, you thank him for all the things you're thankful for. So 道谢. Then the second thing you want to say is 道歉. Apologize to your father for anything that you need to apologize to him. The third thing is 道爱. Tell your father that you love him. Okay? Love him. If you want to point out specific thing that made you love him even more, you can point out, but just make sure you let your father know that you love him. And the last thing is to 道别. Say, yeah, we have a wonderful life together. Now it's time to say goodbye. And then maybe talking about hoping for the future. Like for us, Tzu Chi volunteers, we can say, oh, let's walk the Bodhisattva path together in our next life. Something like that. The 四道. Very useful tools. That's what I use in my real life. Thank you.
And Sister Ai-Chu, that's wonderful. Wonderful, fantastic, and very heartwarming as well. All right, so from the US, we are now going to Singapore. We have 2 sharers with us this morning. Sister Yvonne and Sister Hui Xin. And I understand you're both analysts. One is a business analyst, the other one is a financial analyst. And I don't know what's the difference, but I'm sure you do. And you joined Su Ching as volunteers in 2016. And the Su Ching activities, including environmental sustainability, charity homes, volunteer training, and it's lovely to see the Su Ching family spreading across all over the place, especially next to us now here in Singapore. Okay, you're going to share your story about Vego, right? So, platform is all yours.
All right, thank you,
Mr.
brother.
Eden.
Thank you. Okay, I'll start the sharing first. So we'll introduce ourselves. As you have introduced, I'm Yiwen and I have Hui Xin with me. So we are here to share our story, our journey in our vegetarian and veganism journey. A quick introduction on our commonality. So we are both Malaysian. We're working in Singapore and we joined Su Ching Singapore because we are here in Singapore. And there are other activities that we work on together. The first one is the daily Wisdom of Dawn. We are the AV team for our East Zone. So we do live broadcasts via Zoom daily. And we are the first batch of QC when Su Ching Singapore launched the 21 Days Healthier Me Challenge. So we were lucky to be part of this challenge, and we do a lot of food tasting together in many eateries. And obviously, we love plant-based. All right, quick introduction here, and now my story. So there are 3 important years in my journey. So I became a vegetarian in 1999. To be more precise, is lacto-vegetarian. Seems there are many categories of vegetarian. And 1 year later, I dropped the ovo and become a lacto-vegetarian. But for 20 years, I've been flip-flopping between lacto-vegetarian and vegan. So sometime in 2020, I decided that I need to be permanent vegan. So I make a stake and say, okay, this is it. No more flip-flopping. Then this is when I'm going to start my vegan journey. So that's 2020. So these are the important years in my vegetarian decision to be from one to another to upgrade. And of course, now we talk about whole food plant-based. This is another level that I'm trying to achieve. Okay, so how it started? It started from a fish, salmon. So I became more aware of animal intelligence after watching a documentary about the life cycle of salmon. So it is really interesting to know that they started, as in salmon is hatched in fresh water. They grow in the stream, then they swim from the river to the Pacific Ocean. Look at the picture on the right, the journey. So they grow and mature in the ocean, and they find their way back by swimming upstream again, back to their own, back to their home where they were born and hatched, and then they die there. I said, how could the small fish, I mean, it's big when when it grows, but it's able to remember where they were born and find their way back. So it's my first awareness of animal intelligence. So I dropped salmon from my diet, but that's just the beginning. And as I do more research about animals, I Google search and I found PETA, People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, watched a lot of videos from them, and it changes my view on animals, right? And they are just like us. They have feelings, they have emotions. And so it just gives me this motivation to start to change my diet. It's just my diet change only. I haven't gone into other areas yet, because it's just okay, not eating animals is my first step. And because my final, or rather my aim is to be a vegan, which includes the lifestyle of a vegan. So which means including clothing, including the way of life. So that's something I'm aiming for, not only on my diet, but also the way of life. I didn't know there's so many categories of vegan. Recently, I do a research and found that there are 4 categories. Right. Challenges. Obviously, everyone has a story about the challenges they go through when they become a vegetarian. So yes, my challenge is my parents, because I'm highly dependent on them to provide me with food. So because they think I am too skinny to be a vegetarian because there's not enough nutrients. So it took a lot of determination to stay with my choice. And for 1 year, I have baked beans. My mom is trying to find ways to prepare vegetarian food. It's very challenging for her because all our meals in the past has either seafood or meat. So besides tofu, baked beans to her is the easiest because it's just opening the can and pour out the beans. And so I have baked beans for 1 year. So now I hardly have baked beans. I have overloaded with baked beans. But over time, they believe that I have, but that I won't change my mind. So they start to explore more varieties of vegetarian food for me. So that's that takes time, but it will work out with your family over time. Health-wise, as we all know, there are some misinformation about vegetarian not getting enough nutrients. There are some challenges that I find, which is B12 and iron. So luckily, fortunately, I love Marmite. So that will be my B12 source, and I use it for bread spread. And as in my work, when I travel, I will have a bottle of Marmite with me. And for iron, I did some research and realized that molasses is very rich in iron and is bioavailable. So that becomes my sweetener. So that's the 2 main items that I spend more focus on. Otherwise, everything else is just the BAU food that we all consume. So no major health issue. In fact, I feel better. As I think we have to demonstrate that by us following this diet, we look healthy, we feel healthy. So that is the best role model for others to be convinced that this is the right path. This is the right diet this is a healthy diet, basically. All right, I just want to share a few, what happened the last 2 weeks. After COVID, this is my first long travel, far, very, very far, with 24 hours of trip. So every time I plan to go to a place, I will always search where is the nearest Tzu Chi center. So because I'm going to New York City. So, and I found that there is a center in New York City in Midtown Avenue 6. So as I do some research, and I found that next to this center, there is a place called Serendipity Tree. Apparently it's very, very famous, but I didn't know. And they have a very famous frozen hot chocolate. And because there are more and more people going plant-based, so they introduced the vegan version of this hot chocolate. So very good. So I landed in New York. It happens to be near my hotel. So I mean the Tzu Chi Center. So I walked to Tzu Chi Center, but before that, just hop over to this place and make a reservation because it's a long queue. And after that, go to Tzu Chi Center, ring the bell, walk in, and chat with the sisters there. And they took me around the 3 floors. There are 4 floors. I went through 3 floors, the exhibits, and spent about an hour there where the sister share about the purpose of this this center here. Is quite new. It's only like 4 or 5 years old, this building. And what they do with the neighbors here is just right across this center is a church. So they have they work with the church every month to provide free food for the homeless. So there's some discussion, talks, and exhibits. And after 1 hour, I bid farewell to the Tzu Chi sister and walk over to this place and have my frozen hot chocolate. So the point here is, what I'm trying to say is there are a lot of vegan and vegetarian friendly places now. So dining out with friends who are meat eaters is not an issue anymore. It's easy. So you will not be antisocial anymore. So anyway, this hot chocolate is too sweet for me, but if you have sweet tooth, you may like it. All right. Yeah, this is another one which I was also looking for 100% vegan place, and there's a place called Beyond Sushi. And because it's winter, so I ordered a ramen instead of sushi. And when this bowl came to me, this is my bowl actually, I saw the egg and was like, did I order the wrong thing or did I go to the wrong place? So in fact, I didn't touch this bowl yet. I went back to Google search to find, is this really a vegan place? So yes, it is. So the egg yolk is very much like egg, very much like it is not, but the egg white is not. So this is vegan bowl. So again, there are this is a chain stores. I mean chain eatery. So it seems like there are many people who embrace veganism now, and the place is packed. So there are options for vegan now, lots of options. So you don't feel lonely anymore. In the past, like you have very little options, or you got to find yourself only compromise with salad, but not anymore. So of course, with technology, you can check your app where's the nearest vegan friendly, vegetarian friendly, and vegan places. Is really easy. And right after New York, I went to India. So India, as everyone knows, is a vegetarian haven because there are lots of vegetarian. And I've been to India many times. That was before 2020. So, and 2020, now is 2024. So when I told my friend I'm vegan, so they started to they got worried. They said, they call me Jackie, my friends. It's quite difficult to get vegan food in India. I said, why? Because we use ghee a lot in our cooking. Oh, so we have to be careful. I have to be careful just to make sure I ask when I order the food, just to check whether they use ghee. So yes, India is great for vegetarian, but it's a little challenging for vegan. So how I keep motivated? Always remember the original intent. That will remind you why you choose this path. And because I subscribe to some of these videos, like Peter, I get all these videos all the time, and I keep watching them. It expand your knowledge, and this keeps you motivated for a long time after watching these videos. I don't so when I eat out with my friends, I don't have any problem with friends. No, they love going out with me even to vegetarian or vegan places, because they do not feel that I'm a threat to their way of life. As once they feel that you won't threaten their way of life, they will be willing to listen to you as to some of your adventure on your vegan journey and your vegetarian journey. So, and over time, they actually are more aware of this diet, and they usually will, whenever they go to places where they see the word vegetarian or vegan, they will send me a message and say, I found this place, you can come and try, or I saw this dish is vegan and vegetarian. So I get a lot of my friends who are who are meat eaters actually introduce me places to go for vegan and vegetarian food. So far so good with my social life with my friends, and they become more aware, and actually some of them actually try like every Monday they'll just go for plant-based food. Recently I tried to introduce plant-based, as in tell them what is the difference between plant-based versus vegetarian, because a lot of time people think about vegetarians as mock meats, but plant-based, what it exactly means, it's not about eating grass, right? It's there's a lot of later Sister Huixin will talk more about plant-based. So far, as long as we are not a threat to our friends' way of life, they will embrace you, embrace your your diet, and very, very happy to explore this diet with you. All right, so now that's all I'm sharing. I will pass on to Huixin to share her story. Huixin, over to you.
Okay, thanks, Sister Ewan. Okay, let me adjust my camera a bit. Okay. Yeah, first of all, good morning and good evening to sister and brother here. Okay, I'm Huixin. So I'm working in SG as well, but I'm from Malaysia. Okay. Today is more about sharing. Okay, let me share my screen first. Yeah, today is more about sharing my how I transform into a vegetarian. So I want to share is focusing on how do I overcome all the resistance to being a vegetarian, because I think this topic it seems quite interesting, especially for those interested to be a vegetarian. So I hope that if you are already a vegetarian or vegan, okay, I hope my sharing can inspire you to be influenced to others to be a vegetarian as well. So with that, I hope this story can remind you and help you to better understanding how we also can help others eventually to become one as well. So I will start sharing my story. Okay, so this is my Vego journey. It started back in year 2006. You can see here I gained awareness, and I joined community, Tzu community, back then in 2008. Then gain the knowledge a bit, then I start reflection and get the courage to become a vegetarian. So it took me about 9 years to fully transform from what I know of. Start from awareness, then become a vegetarian. So I'll say it's quite a long journey, yeah, compared with the rest. And yeah, I've been vegetarian about, I think this is 8 years. Yeah, this 8 years getting into the 9 years. Okay. So yeah, in 2000, since then I'll be helping others to promote or work with others to promote vegetarian as well. And yeah, joining Healthy 21 Me Day Challenge. Being the the back end team to support for the QC or the program. So yeah, this is one of the ways to promote vegetarian as well. Yeah. So yeah, it started with my family. So I was born in a family that my dad was a fishmonger. And being a daughter of fishmonger, you can expect that every day on the table, the meal will be served with seafood or fish. Okay. Yeah. As long as the resource, so-called the fish or seafood can be, as long as you can mention the country that nearby us, be it Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, we can get it. Or Malaysia, yeah, we can get it. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I was being raised. Although my dad was fishmonger, I do proud of him, because that's what he used his hand to raise raised us lah, the 4 kids lah, so including me lah. Before he was a fishmonger, actually he was a treasurer in a factory, in a rubber factory back then, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, so he need to change his job to continue so that he can support the family lah, financially. So yeah, so I continue with that. During the journey, I study in a university in KL. It's called UKM, National University of Malaysia. So back then, 2006, I have a chance to join Su Ching. Su Ching here means Su Ching Collegiate Youth Association. Yeah, mainly to promote compassion. Also, a group of youths lah, trying to do all the good deeds. Yeah, include environment-friendly activity as well. Yeah, I joined a 3 days, 2 night camp that time. So the entire camp was served just vegetarian food. And at that moment, I learned about, oh, actually, animals are like us, like what sister even shared. They have feeling, they have emotion. And I saw the video during the camp. I roughly recall that how they're being killed, how they're being treated during in the farm or in the poultry. Yeah. So it made me have a self-realization that, do I really need to eat meat? Why do I need? Why must I eat them? So this is the point that I started have my awareness about my meal. So after I came back, because the camp was having in a semester break, so after that camp, I went back home to my hometown, which is Ipoh. So my mom is the one at home that prepared our meal. When I saw, I mean, I can remember that time it was a lunch. Okay, my mom have cooked a few dishes. One of the dishes inside got pork. I try to avoid the pork inside. I just take whatever is inside in the plate. So for example, the mushroom or the braised tofu. I try to avoid, because for my heart inside at that moment when I saw that plate of food, pork, I was thinking like, can I avoid it? How can I do not take it? Because I've been used to, I don't know why. I mean, I've been used to the diet of vegetarian so fast that, I mean, just between the 3 days, 2 nights. But unfortunately that this just being so-called this practice just being keep within like a few days, because I don't have much choices other than not all the dishes I can kind of like pick up all the veggies only. Yeah. And also, I remember that time I kind of bring up to discuss with my mom. I share about, oh, I went to this camp. It only served vegetarian food. And I was just bring up this concept like, oh, maybe I want to try this vegetarian as well. At that moment, my mom, I think my family as well, they don't really support it, because they are more concerned with my health, how I can take sufficient nutrition. And this is a question, yeah, it's a question to me as well. And plus, my dad is a fishmonger, so he's selling all the fish or seafood every day. She kind of has sources. So he also kind of like, I'm the one who doing it. I mean, we always eat it, so it should be continuing with that. So back then, actually, I don't have an option really. I mean, at home, because my mom is the one who prepare the meals. I don't have a choice. Okay. Yeah. For myself, at my internal conversation, there's a lot of question raised during that moment. I can remember. I also question myself, how can I eat healthy as a vegetarian? And did I really have the conviction or confidence in vegetarian diet? Although I try to be compassionate, to love the animals, and I also think that how can I sustain it? And I'm also thinking that I mean, you can see that my family apparently they don't really support about this idea. So after the semester break, I went back to the university. I stay in a hostel. Yeah, so I kind of like, oh, okay, now is the time I stay alone. I can choose my meal preference. So I choose. So most of the time, I choose to be a vegetarian if I have choice, because it depends. Sometimes our schoolmates, or yeah, if they are the one who help us to pack the meal, so I need to depend on them whether I have a choice. And especially in my university that time, UKM, the area is a bit further from the city, and the choices in there are very limited because this university is a Muslim-based university. And I can recall that at that moment, the nearby store, Chinese vegetarian store or Chinese economic rice store, just total in 3 of them, and none of them are vegetarian. Okay. While in school, in the university hostel, we do have cafe, but they are mainly served with Malay food, with a lot of choices on the meat. And veggie dishes mainly just roughly just about two or three, I mean adding the egg as option. So I'm quite limited with the choice lah. But anyway, deep down in my heart, I say that I want to try it out, because being a student, it's much cheaper to choose just a veggie in a cafe compared with the meat. All the beef or fish and the rest. So at that moment, I joined the Su Ching. So this is also a small vegetarian community. So I'm really grateful for that. And what I have made the conclusion at the moment is, okay, I just go with the flow. Okay. So back then, later I graduated. I worked in Selangor in about year 2008. So yeah, I also stay outside away from my home lah. So I have a car that time. So, and there in Selangor, they have much more vegetarian option. And most important, I joined the Tzu Chi committee volunteer. As we know, most of us are vegetarian, and we support and encourage each other at the time. So even though I haven't been a full vegetarian yet, I joined quite a lot of activity by supporting the rest to promote vegetarian diet. From 2009 onwards, you can see this is a picture that I've been. It's about movie screening that with the title to promote vegetarian. So in this picture on the right is about we're doing some cooking demo to the rest on the vegetarian, how they can learn to cook vegetarian meals. So in the left side is me with another brother. We are in charge of the flow of the program. And this is another picture that that time with supporting others to promote vegetarian. So why I'm sharing this is because throughout this supporting others to promote vegetarian diet, it helped me in building up my knowledge and conviction on vegetarian. I kind of understand much deeper into vegetarian diet. Okay, so if you are looking at for me, actually it's on the right here, the right picture, which is sitting wearing the gray shirt is me lah. Okay, that time I was quite young, just graduated from university. Okay, so throughout this all activities, I think and also the so-called communicating or working with the other volunteer, I'm ready. I think I'm ready spiritually to be a vegetarian, but I still have other areas that I need to slowly to get the so-called the answer or the solution that within my internal conversation. So back then, Dr. Eddie, that time about 2010, yeah, he shared one interesting topic is eat the rainbow. Yeah, really share with us how to become a vegetarian that you still can get sufficient nutrition. So this is a very important part that give me confidence that, oh, actually I need to eat all the colors of the fruit, of the vegetables, so that I can maintain balanced nutrition. So we need to eat a variety. So, and also important point that he made that as a vegetarian, we cannot be picky. Everything we need to eat, which I currently is practicing, yeah. So it helped me in this journey. So within the community, joining a community is good for me. I get the resources about vegetarian and get the support from the rest for their experience, and also it kind of slowly nurturing my compassion and also getting the nutritional information, yeah, from the rest as well. And sometimes we feel we face with different challenges. So by sharing, we learn how to face it. Yeah, for example, when we are faced with limited meal choice, we don't have an option. How do we still keep with a vegetarian diet? Okay. Yeah. So now it's like, oh, okay, I learned how to maintain sufficient nutrition. Yeah. So I started slowly to get those being soft or so-called answer. Then back then to my family, yeah, I know that my family is need a long time to accept this or to support it. I kind of like taking my I also take my own pace to share some information that I learned from Chi, some videos that cultivate love for animals, some health analysis as well. I try my best to share with them slowly. I also share my thoughts slowly with them, my dad, my mom especially, because she's the one in charge of the family meal. So I share recipe, yummy recipe, vegetarian recipe with her. Okay. For my colleagues, that time in KL, I can recall that one of my colleagues say that I live to eat. So when he makes that statement, actually it triggered me. We are all IT engineer that time. Okay, we use a lot of every day we use a lot of brain juice. Okay, for analytic. So the only thing that my colleague they anticipated was to have a good meal during the lunch, and they kind of every day searching for new place to eat. And I know that it's never ending cycle. Every day you need to search and search, and their motivation is to level up their food taste experience and spend more and more in the food. And I recall that time I have a deep conversation with my colleague, and I say that because I learned a lot of principle from Chi, especially from our master Chen Yan, I share that okay, actually it's we live to eat or we eat to live. I didn't try to change him, but I just share that for me, I eat to live. I'm not live to eat. This is because I don't want to be my eating to be a priority in my life. In our life, there are much more things or aims or goal that's more important compared with eat, right? There's more meaningful things that we can achieve rather than just focusing that to the eat. Okay, that which will take up our time to search, to travel, and money as well. Okay, that's what I share with him lah. So that time we kind of like we agree to disagree kind of, but we respect each other. Okay, so my colleague and friends, I have an very open and honest conversation with them. So they kind of respect and sometimes they will try to accommodate my meal lah, so-called my lunch kaki lah that time. Kaki means group lah, okay, lunch group. So for my friends, they also try to accept and accommodate my meal preference most of the time. Okay, if not, then I need to find myself some alternatives lah. Yeah. So at that moment, I solved. I threw out the problem. How when I having lunch with my colleague, I know that they will try to accommodate my meal as much as possible, and also my friends. Now it's like, since left with my family that I need to convince. Okay, well, everything goes okay so far, not bad. But during that time, I moved to Singapore in year 2012. Yeah, I have new colleagues, I have new friends. Okay, yeah, it's something new to me. So now it's back to my doubts, my internal conversation is like, okay, if my new colleagues they couldn't accommodate my diet preference, no problem. I'll have it myself. I can have lunch myself. Okay. But the thing is, being a person in a new environment, yeah, I definitely need a community, also called friends there, right? So my biggest challenge is like, I'm thinking, will my new friends able to accept and take into consideration when whenever we gather. Yeah, so I think this is a bad question, a tough question for me. So, and back to that time, my new circle of friends in Singapore was my schoolmate, my high school mate. Okay. And this group of friends that love seafood and buffet. So I kind of like I'm new to that group and I will be paise. That means I feel not so easy to request for vegetarian option at the time. Yeah. And I also have a fear of being separated or isolated. So I need to compromise between my wish and their interests. So I do admit that when I came to Singapore, I saw that there's diverse culinary in Singapore here. And I saw that, it's kind of very appealing food from all over the world. So it also become one of my, I'll say, it attract me as well, a bit in my heart. So I'll try out. Yeah. So then we got this good opportunity in Su Ching, Singapore back then, 2013. So Sangren have a so-called give us the blessing to have this sutra adaptation, the water repentance text. So that time I have this opportunity to join. Yeah. So and we practice the sign language for months, and also the lesson, also the Dharma we learned throughout this so-called this sutra adaptation. So in this is a picture of that year performance. I was about, I think I was standing in the bottom left here, about this here. So it kind of reinforced a reinforcement for my spiritual principle, and to much higher consciousness, and have deeper sense of connectedness with the natural. I know that this is something that really try to reinforce. So in the sutra adaptation of the water repentance text, we talk about law of karma. It's a part of the Buddha Sutra, right? The law of karma. And in that adaptation, you have one of sin is talk about the realms of animals. And at that time, we also have so-called after the repentance, we do have repenting our wrongdoings. We do like stop, kind of like stop repentant us from killing other creature. And most important, the message I get is all creatures are equal. Okay. And during that adaptation, we also want to be vegetarian alive after life. Yeah, so that animals do not have to be killed. And this have been really, really so-called keep into my mind. And from that onwards, I feel a bit guilty. Yeah. I feel uncomfortable when I was being served with meat, being with friends at home. So more internal conflicts arose at time. So I was thinking like, how can I solve this? How can I convince my family? Yeah. How can I, try to be a vegetarian? So a lot of this conflict started become a deeper I would say challenges to me. And at that moment I was working in a company, an MC company, where one of my colleague, she's vegetarian. And I talked to her, she shared her experience, and I can observe that how other colleagues respect her. And every time we go for lunch, the colleagues will try to find a place that have vegetarian option. Yeah, that trigger me that actually the colleagues are quite friendly. Yeah, so they also can accept. And I remember that time, briefly remember that time my colleague said, okay, her advice is just be yourself. Okay, do what you want to do. Okay, so that made me to start thinking, to reflect as well. So before the Chinese New Year of 2015, when I was doing some shopping for my family, some Chinese New Year goodie preparation for the Chinese New Year. So nearby there, in one of shopping mall, they have one temple. It's Kuan Yin Temple in Bugis, located at Bugis, Singapore. So at that moment when I go in, when I pray, I was at that moment, I don't know why, suddenly I was enlightened with courageous. I think at that time I remember that I was thinking, oh, when I go back to my home, my mom definitely will cook a lot of good meals, so-called good meals, during the reunion dinner. But that time I was thinking, oh, what if, do I really need to eat it? So at that moment, I'm very clear that I need to stop eating them. So, and I also realized that based on what my colleagues share with me, be yourself, and throughout the years, so-called, I think that time it was 7 years since I joined Su Ching and get the awareness about vegetarian. It was 7 years back then, from awareness to 2015. So it's for me, it's like, oh, sorry, I think it's 2008 when I joined the Su Ching community, when I started have the intention to really deep down my heart want to be a vegetarian. Yeah, I mean, throughout these years have been 7 years, I tried to slowly convert or transform into vegetarian. Yeah, I understand that there's never a right time. I just need to do it. Yeah. So in front with the enlightenment and the courages I have in the temple, I make a vow in front of Kuan Yin that I want to be a vegetarian. Yeah. So when I went back for Chinese New Year to my hometown, so I make announcement to my family. I say that I'm a vegetarian now. Yeah. So, and I be honest with them. I have made a vow to Kuan Yin. I also share with them that this is actually my wish for the past 7 years. And I seek for their understanding. I really recall that time my family members were kind of silence. So I mean, when I mentioned it, my family kind of fall into a piece of silence. Then they kind of question me that, why you make such vow? And later they also question, then what you gonna eat tomorrow reunion dinner? Then I think for me, I just answer them that, oh, I'm fine with any. I fine with simple meal. I mean, for me, just one vegetables and one egg will do. That's what how I answer to my mom. But I also feel grateful that they don't have really strong so-called rejection that time. I believe that throughout the years of sharing so-called educate or sharing the information about vegetarian, and they can see my determination throughout the years how I want to be a vegetarian. So they kind of like, okay, I accept it for this time. Yeah, so in summary, we need to understand why we want to be a vegetarian. This is very important. It keep remind us that whenever what we want to achieve, yeah, why we want to be a vegetarian, and why we want to for this case, I would say that why we want to eat meat. Yeah, for me is all life deserve respect. So I believe we know that all animals, yeah, have their intelligence. Yeah, they also have the same emotions, feeling as a human, similar with humans. So they deserve respect. Yeah. So for me, after after all this entire journey, I fall into the conclusion that everything when a person turns into vegetarian, for me, like for my case, is all related back to the BPSS, which is biological, social, and spiritual. As long as all these are being so-called this doubt or challenges are being solved, I think should be fine to be a vegetarian. So for my suggestion for those who want to be a vegetarian or exploring to be a vegetarian, I would suggest that for biological, we need to get more knowledge about how to eat balanced nutrition, how to eat to being a vegetarian, because I think this is not so I'll say this is not so easy. Not I'm saying not so easy. It requires a certain of knowledge lah to maintain our balanced meal for a vegetarian. Yeah, so try to explore, read a lot, or talk to people as much as we can. And joining a community like Suji is very helpful for me in my journey for transforming to a vegetarian. Yeah, get the support, all the resources we have, and sharing the experience. And for psychology part, have an open and honest conversation with the friends, family, our colleagues. I believe slowly in time, they will kind of respect our decision, and they will understand better about us, our intention as well. And most important, which I think this is a thing that I should improve that time, is I should set a timeline. Set a timeline for yourself, how long you want to so-called slowly transform to be a vegetarian. And the most important throughout this journey is the religion for me, the spiritual. I get the support from the Buddha teaching and our master teaching as well. Yeah, so that's for my sharing today, and 感恩 for listening. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, if any question can ask us as well. I'll stop my slide. Yeah. Yeah, back to you, brother. Yeah, brother.
Thank you so much for very interesting sharing. Yes, ask you some more questions. When you started being vegetarian, and you shared, Sister Huey, you shared about what my friends think when I go out with them, so on and so forth. I'm just curious, if you look back who your friends were before you were vegetarian, your friends are today, has it changed? You've got a new circle of friends, or the old circle of friends just faded off? Both of you, maybe you can share your experience on this.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I mean, for those friends that very close to me, so-called my close friends, yeah, those who understand me, I mean, they're still with me and they respect me, and they try to accommodate when we ask for going out together. They will ask me, hey, is there anything you can eat within this restaurant? They will ask me, they respect me. But there are some groups of people I kind of slowly fade out from that group, because not only just meal, when we all have our own families, yeah, have our kids. I mean, life become busier with the work and family, so the gathering also get lesser and lesser. So yeah, I mean, some yes, some I still, I mean, that close to me, they are supporting me. Some yes, slowly, I mean, I kind of fade out from the group. Yeah.
So you're outing with some of these friends of yours, have they been lessened?
Sorry, are they?
The gatherings, the luncheons or the dinners, you have some of these friends who are non-vegetarian. The gatherings have your interaction with them, has it lessened?
Yeah, sorry. I mean, Brother Chin, I mean, I think the connectivity
No,
is.
she's saying, he's asking whether your gatherings with this group of friends, is it less and less?
Meals with them together?
Yeah, you have reduced your interaction or gatherings.
Not really, not really. And I mean, for those close to me, actually, there's nothing changed. There's not impacting at all. And apparently, I try to influence them. They ask me why I want to vegetarian. I just shared my honest feeling, and I'm quite happy that sometimes they say, okay, we go. I ask, can we go for this vegetarian restaurant? I mean, it's an open discussion, right? That's why they also quite happy to join me. So yes, why not? We try this vegetarian. Yeah, so I'm very grateful to have this group of friends very, very a true friend for me that support me. Yeah, even though we have different preference for the diet. Yeah.
What about Sister Ewan? What's your experience?
My friends are still the same group of friends, and as I and
What
and
about
when
your
I
experience?
no resistance. Of course, the question is always the why, and I can't remember how many times I have to explain the why. But interestingly, just one observation in Asia, many of your friends who know you for the first time or no will ask the why. But when I a couple of years back when I went to Africa for work, I was in Ghana, I was in Kenya, I was in Nigeria. When I say I'm a vegetarian, no one asked me why. They just say, okay, let me introduce you our our food that that is vegetarian. So there's no why us. So which is very interesting is to them is like it's just your diet, right? They wouldn't ask like why did you become a vegetarian? But only in Asia I get a lot of questions. But of course you answer. But over time when friends who knows you, now they always ask why you turn vegan. Vegetarian is very common now. Now, why you turn vegan? Now I got to explain. And they say, what is vegan? So, and then they tell, what is plant-based? But as you explain, they just, okay, they gain more knowledge. Is good for them too. And they gain more knowledge and happy to understand more. And they become more aware. And they become more aware for you, for me, as in, they call me Jackie. Jackie, I found a place here that may be of your interest because it has vegan. So yeah, social wise is the same. It's actually better. They actually have more knowledge about this and actually help me to find more places to eat. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, based on what you're saying, that it's a very joyful experience, I guess.
Yeah, to me so far so good. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Except for the family.
Are there any questions from those in the Zoom now? Well, if no question, I got one last question. Okay, before I ask you the question, when people ask me, is it spiritual? The reason why we're taking vegetarian meal, or is it something else? I know sometimes when you talk about religion, I try to skirt that answer. Let's talk about something else. Yeah, I say you talk about sustainability. Why don't you take vegetarian, for example? Now, one last question. I don't want to put you on the spot on this, but if someone says to you, what you put into your mouth doesn't necessarily make you good. What makes you good is what come out from your mouth. How would you respond to that?
Okay, let me take this. Right. I would come from I understand what's coming from, right? Yes, this is part of both ways. When we say, there are cases where they say, I see vegetarians that are very angry. I see vegetarians that are, that gossips a lot. Yeah, that's a behavior thing. So diet is a diet, and diet for many reasons, diet for ethical reason, for health reason. So when we start conversation like this, we will look at it more holistically when I have this conversation.
Okay, so your answer is that you need to separate the two. They're not connected.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What's the Hui Xing?
Yeah, for me, I think, yeah, it's true that it's two separate things, but I would still think that become a vegetarian, it kind of it makes us more compassion. Yeah, kind of slowly changing our inner heart. It depends on the person. It can be long journey or shorter journey, but I think it will helps to be more empathy, yeah, as well. Yeah, and that will
Okay.
slowly change our reaction, including our words as well.
Okay. So what you're saying is, you can be good. I mean, what comes out, what goes into your mouth, can be good, and what comes out from your mouth can be good. So, in other words, Sister Hui Sing, you're trying to say is, well, I can do both.
Yeah.
I can have good thing going to my mouth. I have a good thing coming out from my mouth. Right?
Yes.
Well, what wonderful, fantastic, and I get to learn something today from you all. And so thank you so much, both sisters from Singapore, Sister Yuan and Sister Hui Sing, us on your Vego story. You know what Vego? Vego is very Australian colloquial word, isn't it?
Yes, we were discussing. No, we said vegetarian. I mean, we use this so many times. Maybe try something, because when I was in Australia, when I told my colleague I'm a vegetarian, he keeps calling me Vego. So I was like, this is a cute kind of cute slang. So we thought, maybe why don't we just use that term, just to replace vegetarian? Yeah.
I mean, for some, I'm seeing used here in Asia. Okay. And then so much, both our sisters have been a wonderful sharing, and I mean, I can also feel the joy that you have on this journey, which is wonderful. So with that note, thank you so much. That's what we have the time for this session. So Sister Lily is.
Yeah, brother, I can take a group photo. Yeah, those who are convenient, please turn on your video.
And to all our wonderful sharers, Ka'an Brother Chin for the wonderful hosting. And of course, Sister Su Ching, great summary, Sister Lily. Oh, Sister Hui Xin and Sister Jackie even 真的是 very powerful. Yeah, when Sister, I think Xing Qing passed me the topic, Vego, I corrected it, I put veggies. She said, no, it's correct. And we were thinking it's typo error or what. And our Sister Ai-Chu, yeah, definitely, Sister Ai-Chu, Sister need to share. We will invite Sister to share again. There's so much treasure in that. So, yeah, as well as our Malaysia, Chinese family, Sister Clement and Brother Henry. Yeah, Ka'an dacha.
All right.
Okay.
Excellent. So, Sister Lily, you want to take a photo?
The photo taken already. Oh, Sister Effie, you also taking, is it?
Taken already.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, great. Thank you so much. So, Ka'an so much to us. And Sister Lily, you want to offer the mouse to end the session?
Okay. Please rise, palms together. Let us pay homage to the triple gems. First bow to the Buddha. Second bow to the Dhamma. Third bow to the Sangha. Ka'an everyone for all the wonderful sharing.
Okay, so much. We'll see you again next week.
Ka'an everyone.
Bye-bye.